Hey everyone, it's Cupquake. Welcome to another episode of Quake and Bake. So we are in a new space. As you guys know, Red and I moved this weekend and we're not completely settled in, but I really wanted to make an episode for you guys. So today we're going to be making, and this is a Quake and Bake first, we're going to be making some whoopie pies. So since they're round, I thought it'd be perfect for Pac-Man. So first we're going to prepare our whoopie pies. So this is my first time making them, and if it's yours, then we'll be first time whoopies together. So you're going to need 1 3/4 cup of flour, and sift 3/4 cup of cocoa powder into the flour. Now add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. We're now going to whisk it together. Now add 3/4 cup of salted butter, and we're going to mix it till it's creamy. Now add 3/4 cup of white sugar, and we're going to mix it till it's creamy and fluffy. Now add 1 large egg and a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. In a separate bowl, mix 1/2 cup of water and 1/4 cup of buttermilk. This can be liquid or powder. So now that you have the dry and the wet ingredients ready, we're now going to alternate mix them into the cake mixer. Make sure to set your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. This will take about 8 to 10 minutes to make sure it's all incorporated. So once your batter is ready, I went ahead and sprayed a pan with some nonstick cooking spray. You can also use some parchment paper. And I'm just gonna get a spoon and grab a small, like a spoonful dollop, and place them about 2 inches apart from each other. So we're gonna place them on our cookie sheet and then they'll be ready to bake. Now that the dough's on the pan, we're just going to grab a little bit of water and we're going to dab it on the top and just round out each little dollop so that they're really round and neat when they bake. So now that the cookies are cooling, we're going to prepare the filling, and I'm going to make a marshmallow fluff filling for these. There's tons of different recipes you guys can use, so if you don't like marshmallows, you can use different fillings. So for this recipe, you're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt and mix in a teaspoon of hot water, and we're going to make sure that the salt melts. So just shake it around, make sure the salt melts. So now I'm going to get 1/2 cup of marshmallow fluff and I'm going to add it in my mixer. Now add 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening. Now add 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Add 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, along with your salt water. Alright, so I let the cookies cool overnight, and since I'm using a new oven, one of the batch came out really nicely, but the other came out burnt. I think it's because I had it on the bottom, so I'm still getting used to the oven. I think these are still edible. I mean, the cream filling is going to go in the center of them, and I actually put the filling in a piping bag, and I'm just going to cut off the top when I'm ready to use it. So before we start to assemble the whoopie pies, I'm going to make the decorations. So we're going to get some yellow fondant, and we're going to cut out circles, and we're going to make the little Pac-Man, we're going to cut out a little triangle for the Pac-Man mouth. Once you're satisfied with your yellow, we're going to put some powdered sugar onto your rolling surface and roll it out. So now grab a cookie cutter that is a little bit bigger than the cookie you're going to be covering. Once your circles are all cut, grab a triangle cookie cutter, and we're going to use one of the edges and cut out a mouth for Pac-Man. So just go right about to the center of the circle and cut out the mouth. So now you're going to grab a cookie and you're going to grab one of your fondants, and we're going to just place it on top and push it all the way down to the edge. So you're gonna have to kind of morph it with your fingers. and push it all the way down and make sure that it's on nice and tight. So once they're covered in yellow fondant, I'm going to use a little bit of black fondant, and I'm going to take a tiny bit and I'm just going to roll it into a tiny little circle with my finger, and we're going to place it down for Pac-Man's eyes. So we're just going to place it right there. Flop it down. I'm also going to do some Miss Pac-Man. So I have a couple of normal Pac-Mans, and this one's going to be a Miss Pac-Man. So I'm going to get a smaller little dot of black fondant, and I'm just going to place it down here. This is going to be for her mole. So I'm going to cut a small hole on the edge of my filling, and I'm going to use this to hold down her bow. So I have two little heart sprinkles that I'm going to put together as her bow. So I'm just going to put a little on top of her head, and we're going to place down the two hearts. So one is going to go like this, and the other is going to go like this. So that is going to act as her bow. So I have these circle sprinkles, and I'm going to pick out the blue ones, and we're going to use those for her eyes. So the same method, just a dot of the filling right here, and we're going to place the eye over that. So once you're done decorating, I'm going to make this hole a bit bigger since I had a blowout. I'm just going to cut above it. And I'm going to grab a separate cookie, and we're going to place some filling on this. So we're going to just swirl it around like that and place one of your decorated tops on top of that. So we're just going to sandwich it together and push it down. So it should look something like this. So once you're done sandwiching them together, you now have Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man Whoopie pies. The only tricky part is figuring out how big to cut out the fondant circles, because since the cookie is a dome shape, you're gonna need more than you think. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoy the new kitchen space that we have. But if you guys did enjoy it and find it helpful, be sure to like and share, and also tweet me a picture or send me a picture on my Facebook fan page of your creations of these or different variations of Whoopie pies. And if you guys would like to leave a comment below on something you'd like me to make for next week's episode, I would greatly appreciate that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I am Quake, and I will see you all later.